Hello, Ben here from Lumin Sports. Today I'll be taking you through our S&C programmer, Lumin Strength. This thing is a periodization beast. Super simple athlete app, click and drag, copy and paste sort of style, and very easy to make athlete modifications as well. So let's start with the exercise library. Now, this is a foundation for any good programmer. We've got a huge database and library that you can pull from with videos as well, or you can edit or add in your own exercises as well, obviously. So the first thing that's kind of unique to us is AI Autofill. So if I add in any exercise here, AI will do the rest. So it'll put in the tags, the muscle groups, the instructions. You can tweak it obviously as you need to, but that's a big time saver. Reps on each side, toggle that on and off as well, so you don't have to write that as a note. And then videos, you can upload your own as a file, or you can use a YouTube and Vimeo link, or use ours. The important thing to note here is that the athlete will see it embedded within the Lumin app. It's never going to take them outside into another link. So we can save that. That's now in our library, and you can search by tag and by exercise in here. So let's get started on the programmer. This is your program library, and we're going to start a new program here. So as I said, periodization is where this really shines, but you can still do a self-paced program without assigning the day of the week, or a free-form programming as well. But let's do a periodized program here. I'll put in the start date. So this is going to open up the program page where you can chuck in any notes, add in athletes, and actually build the program. So I'm just going to add in a few athletes in here. Save that. And let's start building. So here's where you create your phases and blocks. So let's do a preseason phase here. You can write some notes here. This is just for yourself and the coaches. You can write athlete notes, which I'll show you a little bit later on. And then this is where you create your blocks. So let's throw in a few different blocks here and save that. So this is going to pull up basically your blank canvas. Now, the first thing I really like is if you click on this preseason phase, you can see the entire phase, the entire program in one page. You have to go back and forth between weeks. And then you've got these blocks here. So you can select strength, look at a block at a time, and then select a week at a time as well. And within this program, you can always add more weeks just by clicking the add button. You can add another block in from here as well. Do a speed block, and that'll just keep adding it on. And so in terms of adding in exercises, you can do it a few different ways. You can duplicate the entire program from somewhere else, or you can copy in, say, a specific week from another program. So let's select week 1 of a different program and enter it at the start of the strength block. Copy that in. That's now going to show in week 1. So if you didn't mean to do that, undo button that we've built up here, very handy. Redo button, bring it back. Super easy. So let's look at the strength block here. If you want to add sessions, you simply click add session. You can rename all of these and change the days of the week around, obviously. You can also add in these templates as well. So if you've built warm-up templates, speed templates, velocity templates, any sort of rehab type templates as well, you can now throw them in here. So warm-up template, put that in, all very easy. Now, if you want to add in exercises from scratch, you select this. So this is going to bring up this little modal here, which is your scheme, your targets, your notes. You can create different template or rep schemes here, which will just make it a little bit more simple to add in exercises, just save a little bit of time. So you might have a 5x5 rep scheme, a 10x3 rep scheme, whatever you want to do. And so you can change things around here. You might have 2 warm-up sets with 10 reps, fill down there, and targets you want to collect or program through is 85% 1RM, but then you might want to collect RPE as well. Now, I think this is something worth noticing or mentioning is that the targets that we have are very extensive. So, you might have target by resistance band, heart rate, speed, distance, and you can have essentially unlimited targets as well. So if you want to collect, RIR and RPE and weight all in the same exercise, you can, and write some additional notes there as well. So I'll just go ahead and I'll add in a few random exercises here. You can also add a new exercise in this view as well. So you don't have to go back to the library, exercise library, as you're programming. If you've missed out an exercise or it's missing, you can just add it through there. So in terms of the style, it's very drag and drop and copy and paste. So if you want to create a superset, drag that into each other, create a triset. You can copy this entire A sequence or an entire session, move it to a different day, a different week, but then also on the week level, you can copy this into a second week as well. Now, one thing, this is actually probably the most unique thing about how we program and making it more efficient, is this bulk update function. So if you've got an entire program and you need to tweak it for an individual athlete or for a group, instead of having to go into each sequence or each exercise and editing and updating sets and reps and targets one at a time, you can use this bulk update function. So essentially it allows you to make changes at a big macro level. So if you want to increase your target of weight for all sets by maybe 5, and you want to do it cumulatively, and then you might want to decrease number of sets by 1, and then swap out an exercise for some sort of progression. These are your parameters, and then you can choose what you want to apply it to. So it might be the entire phase, it might be certain weeks, certain sessions, and it will tell you how many exercises are being updated at once. So you can see, this is only 6 exercises because I've only added in a few sessions, but if you've got an entire program, you can essentially update hundreds of exercises in one click. A few other bits and pieces to note. You can do a bit more of a compact view as a coach. This is really handy if you just need to look at an overall sort of view. And then how you make individual athlete modifications is really streamlined as well. So you can see up the top right here, you've got main program, and these are the 3 athletes that are in your program. Now, if I want to make changes just to Regan's program, I'll click Regan. Actually, I'll save this first. There we go. And I'll publish it as well. Now I'll jump into Regan's program and I'll start editing it. So now I'm in Regan's program, and the changes I make here aren't going to affect the rest of the athletes in the main program. So if I just add in an exercise here and then save it, that'll just change Regan's program. Everyone else's stays the same. Makes it very simple. That's the programming side. There's another video if you want to check out more of the reporting side and the athlete app as well. There are a couple other bits and pieces that you could do, like printing sessions or entire weeks to PDF and paper. But I suggest downloading a demo, have a play around with it, feel it out, and have fun. Thank you.